Hi Taurus, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Taurus is your intuitive reading for the time between the 19th and the 25th of June. I'm going to pull some cards that relate to love, that relate to everything else in your life, and that also relate to the key energies that you can expect to be experiencing this week. I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we'll get started on your reading. Okay, Taurus, the card at the base of your reading is the Devil energy. This is nothing to be afraid of. This is Capricorn's energy, my energy. I'm a Capricorn, and this energy is all about lots of things. In this instance, it's about, we don't know yet, but we'll apply it as we go. The card at the base of the reading is the perspective that you need to be seeing this week through, or this reading through, I should say, as well. And it's more will become clear as we carry on with the reading. Ultimately, the Devil energy is about the things that restrict us in our life. It's it's feeling restricted by responsibility, and it's having these experiences, these feelings of restriction during our responsibilities that help us to basically to see that the restrictions might be something that we are starting to be bothered by. So that might be, it might be a work situation, you're responsible for a particular job or whatever, and your responsibility at work, and it might be that seems to be taking over your life. Alternatively, it could be the fact that you care for somebody else, that you're a carer for somebody, for example, and you're starting to realise that sort of focus and dedication you give to that other person or this other thing in your life is actually something that is keeping you stuck, really, and is actually maybe potentially getting you down. So these cards will actually help us to sort of see what types of things those things are, but you can apply that to yourself. The first card here is the key energy, the first key energy for this week for you guys, Taurus, and that is the energy of judgment. Now, there's only 4 cards in the tarot that have the appearance of a higher self, a higher being, and or a lower being, and they are the Devil energy, the Judgment card, the Lovers, and there's one, hang on, I can't remember what it is. There's one more. Followers of Key Wisdom Tarot on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook will have seen the post that I did comparing these 4 energies. And ultimately, the energy of judgment is about having a experience that exposes some truth about yourself, that helps you to see something or to realize something. And so this might be a week where you are confronted with something, or you're in a situation where you start to recognize the strain of something, where you start to recognize how something is keeping you stuck, maybe, or keeping you limiting your sort of life choices and the things that you are able to do every day. And so these two are very well linked. The higher entity, readers of that post will remember, is really your higher self. It's representative of your higher self, and it's representative of an experience that sort of comes about that help from our higher self, that helps us to wake up, that shakes us up, that shakes us awake. And that is something that potentially you could be experiencing this week, a moment of judgment, a moment that calls your judgment into perspective, a moment that makes you think and consider something that is so ingrained in your life. You're going to be asking questions this week about is this really something that you want? Is this really a situation that you're happy in? How is this situation or circumstance affecting you? Okay, so let's look at love first of all. We'll look at this card right at the end. This is your second key energy. Let's look at love then first of all for this week. We've got the 2 of Pentacles, more earth energy here. So the 2 of Pentacles, this is really it can mean many things. Number 2s are all about, in fact, that's a number 2. Judgment is 20, number 2. and it's about commitments. Number twos are about commitments and partnerships. Number two is about the things that we are committed to. So like Judgment, we have a commitment, number two, and we have the opportunity for a new beginning, which is the zero, the portal. Look at the time as well, I've just seen that. So it's interesting that we've got two twos and a six here. Let's continue. So Pentacles energy is where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security. So this is either you feeling that you are spread very thinly, that there's lots of things that need your attention, or there's your life and your work, or there's your relationship and your work, or there's one person or another person. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're juggling two people, but it might be that you're trying to make a decision about two people, or that that work is maybe interfering in your love life and your relationship. And again, these two cards may also indicate that, or vice versa, that your relationship is actually starting to impinge your work, and this is something that's actually cause for some emotional, not necessarily turmoil, but it's something that will affect you potentially emotionally this week in your love life. So let's have a look at this second card. Look at that, our third two. Wow. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups. So again, I've said that twos are about partnerships, duality, blah, 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 blah. This is about cups are about our emotions. They're about our feelings, and I've just mentioned that feelings and emotions are going to be wrapped up this week. So there's actually quite an interesting dynamic going on with you guys this week it's not just in your love life though, it's in your awareness. It's as if there's a shift in your awareness. You start to see something or to realize something this week that you feel like that has been staring me in my face and I did not see it until now. It's as if you've been carrying around this answer. You've known the answer. You've understood the right decision. You've understood what needs to give, for example. And it's as if, but it hasn't dawned on you that there is something you can do. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like it was staring me in the face the whole time. This is the energy. And it's as if, for some of you, it might be, I don't want you to think of this card as toxicity. People think of it as, toxicity in a relationship. And yeah, it can indicate that, blah, 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 blah. But the energy of the devil, all the energies, these are things that you experience. These are things that you will go through. So you will feel with the Judgment energy, you will go through a situation that makes you feel exposed. With the devil energy, it's as if this week is about you being able to see that your responsibility or your feelings of responsibility are actually making you feel tied down, making you feel weighed down, and they're actually taking a toll. So these are the type of energies that you'll be experiencing with the twos. It's as if you want to commit to something with the number two, you want to put work and energy into something. You want to keep the peace, keep balance with something, for example. In this instance, it's love and in relationship, keeping things on an even keel. But actually, the security is not even right now because your input, for some reason, your attention is being split when it comes to manifesting the type of security you want in a relationship. Okay, so these are related to your love life. So remember that when we look at the tarot cards, yeah, we could talk about soulmate energies, but but all the tarot cards are about energy experiences that you will actually feel, things that you will actually feel. Okay, that's what the tarot cards actually represent. Okay, so let's now look at everything else. So this is work, this is family, everything else, okay, that could potentially go on in your life. Wow. And there's a change and a shift, and we know there's going to be a change and a shift because we know that you're going to have an experience this week. You're going to have an experience that reveals something to you, that shows you something that you haven't yet been able to see about a situation that you are in, tied to maybe a relationship, a job, whatever. So we know that in itself is change, don't we? We know that getting some new information or seeing something from a new perspective, that is something that is going to bring about a change for you. And that is indicated further by the Wheel of Fortune, okay? We've got the Wheel of Fortune here. And in fact, we'll look at this card as well. And we've got the Six of Cups. So we've got another six here. The devil is number 15, which is 1 and 5, which is 6. Number 1 is initiation. Number 5 is change, the initiation of change, okay? And that's why this Judgment is also linked, and that's why we've got these two entities, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so we know that is what we get. But we also know that number 6, one is the total number 6, sorry, is the, like here, and like the lovers, we're still in the lovers season, we're still in Gemini season up until the 22nd. We know that the number 6 on the tree of life is about beauty, and I always talk to you guys about beauty being the recognition of the value of something. We have these experiences because they show us, oh, I don't need to feel restricted, or I don't need to whatever. Oh, that was something that was precious to me in the past. I need to return to that feeling. I need to nurture how I felt, how I used to feel in this relationship, how I used to feel in this work, whatever. So this is why the number 6 is important. And we recognize now that you have been, this is the thing, it's kind of like you've been the bull. You've been the bull in that you've had your head down and you've been, you know, like the 10 of wands, that energy where you've had your head down and you're just sort of going forward and you're not really looking up or looking around and sort of seeing how the impact that these things are having on you. It's as if this week you start to see that, like a light goes on, like a light is shone on your life, like a light is, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a light that's shining on your life this week that everything is exposed to you, that you see, that you understand, oh my gosh, this relationship, or oh my gosh, this job, or oh my gosh, this my situation that I'm in. I didn't realize the effect that it was having, keeping me blah, 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 blah. So it's kind of like you sort of, your head is lifted up this week and you start to think, I used to feel this. I used to feel good about this job. I used to feel good about this relationship. I used to feel good about the workload that I had. What has changed? This is this energy. So it's as if you're coming into these realizations this week, and it's about time. I feel like you have been down on yourself, hard on yourself, shoulders down, focusing like that 10 of wands energy, you know, focusing on the things. You've not been focusing on the detail, and the devil is in the detail, and that is the truth. And it's as if you get a light is shone on the details for you this week, or you realize, well, actually, if I spend 10 hours of my day at work, how am I not, but I say I love my partner, that is creating this imbalance. It's making me, for example, realize how exhausted I am, or how much this isn't the type of work I want, or how much this isn't the type of relationship I want, for example, whatever it is for you as an individual. And it's kind of like you get a break this week. So judgment is something will happen. So it might be, I always use the same, don't I? You might have the flu, you might have a day off work, you might, your boss might be off, you know, I don't know, whatever, I don't know, something will happen. That's this energy here that helps you to have that time where you can see something in a different way. And the final key energy for this week is the 5 of swords. So I've already mentioned the number 5, number 1 and number 5. So number 5 again is about change. It's about recognizing that things need to be changed. But with the number 5 of swords, our thoughts, our minds, our clarity, our consciousness, our communication, this can be us not recognizing us. The same thing, the theme that I've been saying. You've not seen it, you've not realized it, or you have. You've known, wow, you know, this is taking over my life. This man or this woman or this job is taking over my life, and I don't get to spend any time with anyone else, or I don't get to do anything else, or whatever. But you haven't realised the depth that's been holding you, that how bad that's been making you feel, whatever the commitment is, whatever it is. Okay, so this is really saying, again, this week is about the change. This week is about seeing it. This week is about realising it, the impact of the choices that you make, the impact of not even necessarily the choices, the actions that you've been taking, because sometimes we act unconsciously, if that makes sense. We just sort of go with the motions, go with the flow of things, because that's just life, isn't it? And we know that I've just seen death there as well. And the 5 again, your card, the Hierophant, live your truth or somebody else's. That is the question of your card, isn't it? You can live your truth or somebody else's. The end of something, transforming a situation. So these cards are very sort of consistent in their message. The message for you guys this week is you're gonna something's going to come to a head. There's going to be some light that shines on an aspect of your life, and you're really going to see where you lay this week, and you're really going to start to realize and question the impact, the toll that a certain relationship or a certain job or a certain friendship or whatever it is for you as an individual in your life, you're going to start to realize and see. It could be your business. You know, you're starting your own business, you're starting to realize, oh my gosh, this is really taking its toll on me. I have to start to focus on other things, other people, other whatever it is. Yeah, so you're going to start to realize this week the impact that something that you've just been going with the flow with every day, doing it, keeping your head down, trying to build your security, you're going to start to see this week. There's going to be the light's going to go on, and you're going to see this week how it's been affecting you beneath the surface, as well as your actions on the outside, but really the toll it's been taking on you inwardly, emotionally, okay, and mentally as well. Okay, so my darling Tauruses, I hope you like this reading. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did. Okay, it helps to support my channel. Obviously feel free to share this video on your social media, your WhatsApp, your Facebook. You can also leave me a comment. I read every single comment, and I will respond to some of them as well. And I will be back next week with your second reading. Very interesting week. I'm going to take a thumbnail. I'm going back to my thumbnails because I miss them. I'm going to take a thumbnail. Very interesting week for you. It's looking like, my lovelies. So I hope that you recognize that this is for your benefit. The devil energy is here. The detail is here for your benefit. The light is here in your life this week for your benefit, for your awareness to grow, and for you to make the shifts and the changes that are necessary for your health and for your well-being. Okay, so trust that and believe that. All right, my darlings, thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful week, Taurus, and I'll see you all again next week with your brand new reading. Take care, my darlings. Bye.